Hello. It's starting to get dark and I completely overwent this timer. I studied for an hour and a half and I only meant to study for 15 minutes. But that's also good because I got some things done. This also just arrived. It's Mary Oliver's Devotions. She's just brought out this collection of poems from a variety of different anthologies, and as soon as I saw this, I really wanted to order it, so I got this from Blackwell's. It's starting to get dark as well already. I was thinking about going outside, but it was actually freezing, so instead I'm going to go downstairs and get a cup of tea. I think I'm going to edit a memory video. I don't really want to study too intensely this afternoon because I've been studying all day. Let's go get some tea. So the tea I went for was one from my Bird and Blend advent calendar that I hadn't had, and I had it in this beautiful Spirited Away mug that my sister got me for Christmas. And then I just went upstairs with my beautiful cup of salted caramel tea, and I went through this document. It's about a child mystic called Sarah White. It's a fascinating case from 1647 of a young girl who was supposedly given these visions from God, and they were all written down by this man called Henry Jesse and then published multiple times. And then I changed my sheets and removed the Christmas bedding, which always feels kind of sad because you're admitting to yourself that the Christmas season is over. So then here we are on the 30th, and the first thing I did was actually watch the memory video that I edited the night before, which made me very happy. The end of the year is always bittersweet, a chance to reflect and appreciate, to feel joyful and grateful, particularly if you're fortunate enough to be surrounded by the people you love over the Christmas season. But it's also a time of goodbyes. So much happened in 2023, it's almost unbelievable to look back on now. Good and bad, ups and downs. Social media is usually a highlights reel, as we know, and often it is the good bits that are shared. But this year was one of the best and worst that I've had. I did so much, experienced so much, but also felt incredibly lost for much of it. There were lots of questions, insecurities, and uncertainty about what would come, and uncertainty is always hard. I'm obsessed with this Emma Chamberlain coffee, it's really good. There are no mugs anywhere. I'm going to use this one. These turned up. I don't know what they were used for originally, but we save all of our jars to use as glasses because we end up smashing them. So, not on purpose obviously, but we're quite clumsy as a family. So we use jars so we don't end up spending a small fortune on glasses. I know I shouldn't have used such a wide-rimmed glass. It's also hard to see changing yourself from day to day, but it can be nice to look back on January you, maybe even write a letter to yourself at the start of the year with the assumption that it won't break the space-time continuum, and tell them what you're grateful for, what's changed, what's happened. Because no matter what you did this year, you did something. It doesn't have to be something huge or societally impressive. Social media is terrible at perpetuating that, but maybe you read your new favourite book, or became closer with a friend. Maybe you just got through last year, and all of those things are valid and beautiful and things to be proud and grateful for. If you told January me that I'd be studying at Oxford at the end of the year, I'd have been beside myself. I didn't let myself believe that it would happen. And honestly, I don't know if it's still quite sunk in, even a term into the course. Oh yes, and this is me on an exceptionally boggy run. So much so that my shoes were actually falling off my feet. They were properly soaking at this point. It's so boggy. My feet are actually soaked. I actually kind of love it though. I feel like everyone's been talking about manifesting lately, or maybe it's just that I'm manifesting it now that I've noticed that people are talking about it. And I'm kind of reflecting on my thoughts on this. And I do believe that there is power to it. Believing that something is possible is important. You believe it, and then you're more likely to pursue it, because we can't pursue something if we think it's pointless and impossible and nothing will come of it. So believing that it's possible, or even just assuming that it's possible, is key. But there's equal power in not fixating upon an idea, trying to let it float by. I'm not the best at this, but it's a good way to live. And the few times that I've managed to achieve this mindset have been some of the most content and joyful that I've had. I had it, for example, with my Oxford application, and it made the process that much easier. I was just about to do my makeup, and I thought that I would actually film me doing it. As you can see, I've got my CC cream on already because I put it on and then I was like, oh, you know what, I'm vlogging today and I feel like I've been really bad at vlogging, so it'd be good to have another component to this video. I've also made myself an iced coffee. So I just got back from a walk. My voice is really croaky because I haven't actually spoken so far this morning. Oh, by the way, this is the moisturiser that I used. I've already put that on though. And then I just put this CC cream on my cheeks. Oh, then I'm putting on the Lasting Collection concealer. This is a routine that works really well for me, and I like having a standard routine. I don't play around with it as well. I just keep it the same every day. Oh yeah, then I like to use brown eyeliner. I just use an eyeliner pencil. I do put that underneath my eye here, just like that. Then I use this for my eyebrows. Just use the middle, like, darkish brown colour, which is the same colour really as my eyebrows. And this is so old. Then this is the eyeshadow palette I use. I've got two eyeshadow palettes. My sister got me an eyeshadow palette for my birthday. I'll show you it. My sister got me this one. It's a Van Gogh one. And these are the colours. Though to be honest, I haven't actually really worn these because I don't tend to wear glittery eyeshadow. These are the colours in here. I always use the Just Peachy one, and I do that. Oops. Sometimes I will use this Glossier bronzer. They're called Soda Paint. I actually think I mainly got it for the name. And I've almost used it up. I got this 2 years ago and I've nearly used it. I just kind of do it here. I do not know how you use bronzer, not gonna lie. And then a bit there because that's where my aunt puts it and I trust her. There. Oh yeah, sometimes I'll use this Milk Jumbo eye pencil. I would put on mascara, but I really don't like putting on mascara. It just always goes everywhere. It frustrates me that I can't wipe my eyes. And then my favourite thing to use on my lips, the Generation G lipstick in Cake. Just because it's such a nice colour. And I've actually got through one of these already. I've already used up like a quarter of this and I've only had it for a month. But that's my makeup routine. And now I'm actually going to get on with doing some work because I do have work to do and I probably should stop procrastinating by doing makeup.
Almond flakes everywhere.
So this is Mum's famous bakewell tart, but she's made it vegan this time.
So let's hope it's going to be famous going forward. Quite a lot of mixture.
Ooh.
Show them my...
Oh yeah, this is the non-vegan one.
That overspilled. I have to scrape that away.
Okay, then I'm not even going to clean it because it's like the same ingredients.
Is it? Okay.
So I'm now going to make my famous cake, which is again an almond cake. I feel like our family just loves almonds. Martha doesn't even like almonds.
Oh, what's she gonna have?
Isn't Kathy bringing a cake?
Yeah, and Katrina, so hopefully.
Yeah, Martha will like cheesecake if someone brings a cheesecake.
Yeah.
So, but our family is going strong on the almond cake today.
Almond.
I was gonna make 2 almond cakes. I was gonna double my batter, or is that gonna be too much cake? But it always goes, that's the thing.
Well, one year, no one even had any of my bakewell. Can you believe it?
Final ingredient is sugar. I'm gonna add, I was gonna say 235, I'm doubling.
Maybe use a spoon.
Because the whole pot goes in.
I thought, less washing up. And that there is a classic. Tell me you're a university student without telling me you're a university student. So we do 470 grams of sugar because we doubled the recipe. We're going to make 4 cakes. Wasn't it?
Oh my god, and our friends are bringing 2 as well.
4.
Do we have any sugar left for coffee?
I won't use all of it. I'll use less sugar than I usually would in this recipe. So I'm
What do you think, Lola?
cutting 100 grams of sugar. Is that going to, or do you want it sugary?
Well, I'll have all the sugar that's required, otherwise it won't taste like it should.
But it's less sugar than I usually would put in.
Oh.
About 1/4 less sugar.
You need to use it up and we'll just have to get more.
I don't know, maybe I'll add a bit of maple syrup or something.
No, because you had the flavour right last time, just right, didn't you?
Yeah, okay. This is the final ingredient to the mixer. It looks gross before you bake, obviously. Famous almond and coconut cake. It's very delicious. They call it a marzipan cake, and it's meant to be inspired by the Chronicles of Narnia. Oh my gosh, I've made such a mess as well.
Oh yes, this will all need clearing up.
Yes. So I'm gonna put it in the KitchenAid, pop that down, and
Very
bubbles are up.
satisfying.
Okay, I'm gonna put away all this. Yes, rather boring interlude, and I didn't get any clips of the cake that followed, but normal moments like these are some of the ones that I miss most at university. Tiny human interactions with my parents and sister. There are only 2 more things I've got on my to-do list because I kept an intentionally short one since it's the last day of 2023. And I want to do some mindful things too. The simple act of making tea and toast side by side, or sitting down for lunch, or chatting while something bakes in the oven, those are some of the moments that I miss most. I look so tired. But it's New Year's Eve, and we have a party every New Year's Eve. And importantly, we always dress up. And this year I thought I would go as Wonka because I loved the film so much. But I was just not in a filming mood this evening, and I really wish now that I'd filmed, but I didn't. It was so lovely to see old friends though, and we ended up trying on a load of wigs, which is actually a great idea for a party. Provides hours of fun, would highly recommend. Good morning and Happy New Year 2024. I don't know why 2024 actually feels quite intuitive in a way that 2023 didn't. I don't know, 2023 just felt like a weird year, but 2024 feels like a good number. I also went to bed so late last night. I like getting to bed early, but I ended up going to bed at like 2:30 last night, which is the latest I've been to bed in, I can't think of the last time I went to bed that late. I've already actually had a coffee this morning. I think because I went to bed so late, I woke up quite tired. At the moment, you're on top of the bread bin. This is the clean tea I'm using at the moment. Though I've got to say, I think I prefer the tacky one, but the very best one is the Tea Pigs one. I know that January gets a bad rep, but I've grown to love this dreary, bleak month with her empty branches, covered bulbs and muddy fields. We've had so much rain here recently, and I love sitting inside with something to study and something hot to drink. I truly think it's where I feel my most content, and besides, there's beauty in contrast. Inside can be cosy only because outside it is not, and fairy lights and candles burn bright with whimsy when the world outside is colourless. It's 3 o'clock. I'm still studying. I think I'm gonna do another 10 minutes. I'm just going to write up the edits that I handwrote here. I do want to go outside before it gets dark, and it will get dark in the next 20 minutes. I know that the day is getting longer now, but I can't believe how early it gets dark still. it's, you know, 3:30 and it's suddenly too late to go on a walk, which is bizarre.
I hope you have a lovely January and that you look out for the beginnings of growth, the beginnings of spring, and the first of the birdsong, because it really will be that much brighter while everything else is empty. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope that you have more than just a productive week.